Hey everyone, today we're going to crack open a piece of software that's part game, part history lesson, and honestly, one of the most amazing creative sandboxes you will ever find. If you've ever, even for a second, wanted to build your own game, you really need to see this.
So you've been there, right? Sitting around with your friends, debating those ultimate fantasy matchups. You know, the classics. Could Goku from Dragon Ball Z really take on Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat? Or maybe you're thinking something a little more, out there. What about Mega Man versus the actor Tom Hanks? Yeah, I know, it sounds completely absurd, but what if it wasn't? What if I told you there was a tool out there that lets you take these completely wild ideas and turn them into a real playable game? A platform where the only thing holding you back is your own imagination. Well, let's get right into it. This is M.U.G.E.N. It's a fighting game engine that's been fueling creators for over 20 years, making all those impossible matchups and thousands more a total reality. So what is M.U.G.E.N. exactly? Well, it's a completely free 2D fighting game engine, and that last word is the most important part. See, it's not just one game, it's the foundation you build your own game on. And its name? It literally means infinite in Japanese, which is just the perfect way to describe it. So how does this all work? Well, for anyone getting into coding, this will make a ton of sense. Think of any M.U.G.E.N. project like a piece of software you're building. It's made of all these distinct modular components, kind of like libraries that all have to fit together. So let's, break down that basic anatomy. At its heart, everything is put together from these basic building blocks. You've got your characters, right? Those are your main actors. You've got the stages, the arenas they fight in. And then you have all the logic that makes it work. The code for combos, special attacks, and those big flashy super moves that really define how a character plays.
But here's the thing. M.U.G.E.N. is so much more than just its technical parts. The real magic, like this quote says, is the community. The engine itself is just a canvas. The actual lifeblood of this thing is the never-ending stream of custom characters that people make and share with each other.
And when I say endless, I mean it. The scope of creativity is just staggering. On one side, sure, you get the characters you'd expect, all the fighting game icons. But on the other side, you get the truly bizarre. We're talking lawyers from TV shows, beloved actors, even random enemy crabs from indie games. Literally anything you can think of is possible. Okay, so let's say you're inspired. You've got an idea for a character. What are the actual tools you use to build it? Let's take a look inside the Creator's Toolbox.
All right, for anyone here who has ever written a line of code, this is going to click immediately. The main tool you'll use is a program called Fighter Factory, and you should just think of it as the Integrated Development Environment, the IDE from M.U.G.E.N. It's where you'll manage all your sprites, code your animations, and define all your characters' logic in its scripting files.
And you can customize way more than just the characters. Screen packs let you totally change the user interface, the menus, the select screen, everything. Sound packs let you swap out audio, and then you have palettes, which, trust me, do a lot more than just change a character's colors.
See, a palette isn't just a cosmetic choice. It can actually be a trigger for new code. Think of it like a simple if-then statement. If the player selects palette number 12, then the engine loads a completely different, super-powered state file. It's a really clever way to pack a ton of functionality into a single character, creating everything from a secret boss mode to entirely different fighters rolled into one. So what happens when you give these tools to a massive global community and just let them run with it for 2 decades? You get an incredible legacy, a library of content that is one of the most diverse and fascinating things you'll find anywhere online.
A huge part of this whole legacy is the idea of an edit. And the best way to think about this is like forking a project on GitHub. Creators take a character that already exists and they modify it. Sometimes it's just a small tweak to rebalance them. Other times they make them ridiculously overpowered or just turn them into a complete joke.
And the perfect example of this is a guy named Kung Fu Man. He's the default character that comes with the engine. He is, for all intents and purposes, the hello world of M.U.G.E.N. He's so simple and basic, which makes him the perfect template. And because of that, there are literally thousands of edits of him out there, turning him into everything you can imagine.
Which brings us to one of M.U.G.E.N.'s most famous and weirdest creations. Back in 2007, a creator released a version of Ronald McDonald, of all things, and based him on a villain from the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He was known for having this brutal, vicious AI, and he just exploded in popularity.
Today, he might just be the single most edited character in M.U.G.E.N history. This community's creativity even spun off its own entire entertainment ecosystem. There's a stream called SaltyBet that runs 24/7, and all it does is pit random AI-controlled M.U.G.E.N characters against each other while people bet on the outcome. It's chaotic, it's hilarious, and it's this never-ending showcase of just how infinite the roster really is. And you know, all of this, the characters, the edits, the community, it all leads to what I think is the most important concept in the entire M.U.G.E.N universe. It's the ultimate reward for any creator who decides to dive in.
This is the core takeaway right here. Every single person's copy of M.U.G.E.N is unique. Your roster of characters, your collection of stages, the look and feel, it's all a reflection of you. You don't just play this game, you curate it, you build it. In a way, your copy of M.U.G.E.N becomes your own personal development portfolio.
So, let's bring it all back. M.U.G.E.N isn't something you just download and finish. It's an engine. It's a platform. It's a blank canvas with a full set of tools, just waiting for you to take your wildest ideas and turn them into something real, something you can actually share.
For over 2 decades, this has been the starting point for countless creators. So really, the only question left for you is, what will you create?